In this video, I want to talk about some basic terms, types of cards, and enemy terms that you should know and will help you a lot to understand how the game works. So we're gonna start with some really basic stuff, which is related with the card. Okay, so we're gonna use Mika as an example. Okay, so from this you can already check some of the basic stuff. This number here will mean it's the AP, we call it AP, which is the action point, and when you start the turn, most of the times the default AP that you have, action points, is 3. So this card will cost 1 action point to be used. Then you have cards with that are 2, 3, and so on. Then we have the name of the card, which is water arrow, and the type of the card, which is attack. As you guys can see, there are 3 types of cards. We have attack, which is this one, we have the skills, and we have the upgrades. These cards with the upgrade will last for the entire battle. So if you are in a fight, you don't need to worry, this upgrade will last for the entire fight, and you only need to use it again to activate this upgrade on the next fight. Okay, so this is some basic stuff related with cards. Then we have different types of cards. We have basic cards, which is basically the starting cards. These are all the basic cards. You are starting every fight on the chaos. We'll be starting with these 4 cards that you see on the screen. Then you have the unique cards, which will be on the epiphany cards. Okay, the epiphany cards will not begin at the stage with this card, but you will acquire on the progress. One strong tip about Epiphany: when you see a card with a shiny on the red or on the left top corner of the card, it means that Epiphany will occur. So use that card, get the Epiphany, and choose the best one for your deck and strategy. So on these cards, you can get a unique. Okay, so we have this one which is unique, and as you guys can see here, this one cannot hold more than 1 card with unit, which means that you can only have 1 of these cards in your deck for this character. You unlock while you're playing and will trigger Epiphany during your gameplay and during your fight, and the Epiphany will add more cards into the deck, and the ones with that light I just said on the top left corner will trigger Epiphany. And the Epiphany will trigger some sort of things, which can be a unique card or any other type of upgrades. Then we have the common cards, which we don't have here, but if I go to save data, we can find some. The common cards will be the ones that you purchase on shops and events, like this one you can see here. It's not from the deck, it's a card that I acquired through one of those methods. Then some other basic stuff when you're already on fight is the draw. At the start of the fight you will draw 5 cards, okay? As you guys can see, I'm starting this fight with 5 cards, and the maximum number of cards you can hold in your hand is 10. So if you already have more than 5 cards in your hand, you will not gain more than 10. Keep that in mind. And then when you discard, 1 card will go to the graveyard, which is this one here on the side. You guys can see this is the graveyard, this is the draw pile. The draw pile will be here on the left, and this is where comes all the cards to your hand. And then when you discard a card or when you use it, it goes to this side, okay, to the graveyard. And then you have the exhaust. So when you exhaust a card, that card will be removed from the deck during the current battle and can only come back after the battle finishes. So when you exhaust one of those cards, you will not see that card anymore during this fight. So you guys can see I have 2 more fights on this one. I'm on a battle fight and on the battle mode, and during these battles I'm not getting one of those exhaust cards anymore if I already used it. So if you want to see the exhausted cards, you can always click here on the deck and check here which cards you already exhausted. These ones you'll not get anymore. And then, as I said before, this is the action points. You guys can see 1, 0, 1, 0, this is how much we have. And then on this side is the ego points, okay? The ego points on this side, this one I have 2 at the moment. As you fight, you use your cards, do damage, etc. You will gain more ego points, and you can use your partners and also your ego skills from your characters. And then regarding the enemy terms, on the enemy we can check some information. We can check the attack weakness, which is this element on the left. You guys can see this green thing. It's the elements the characters are weak to, and if you are playing with any of these characters with the same element, you will do more damage. Then we have a tenacity, and some cards will inflict a tenacity. The tenacity is this bar below the HP, okay? And when you attack enemies with weakness, will reduce this bar even more than the normal. And when this bar is depleted, this green one, it will grant you one more extra action point. And this means that the enemy will enter a breakthrough stage. And whenever you have a card that grants weakness, it means that whatever the attack you are dealing damage, whatever the elemental is, the target will take damage from that skill as it was that is weakness, okay? So imagine, I have this green, but I don't have any green element. So if I use this one and the enemy adds weakness, it means he will take damage as it was this weakness here. And then still talking about the enemies, we can see what will be their behavior, okay? What action they will do. So at the moment it's a sword, so you guys can see there's the sword there. So it means these enemies will attack me. And we have the action counter, which is this number on the top right, on the left side of the HP bar. The action counter is the amount of actions you're gonna take until the enemy attacks. When it reaches 0, the enemy will attack you, and if you finish the turn and it's not 0 yet, the enemy will automatically attack you and reset the action counter. So imagine, if I use this card, will count as an action. So it's yeah, but I have action count to all enemies, so let's use this one. So it's 4, but if I use this one, you guys can already see the preview of what will happen. So it's 4, if I use this card, will turn to 3, because I did one action. So if I do 3 more actions, they will attack me, okay? It's not related with this number, alright? So you guys can see, it's every card counts as an action, unless you're using a card that will increase the action count on all of them. So for example, this one is +3, will inflict 3 plus action, so they take 6 more cards to act and do something. So going back to this icon, we have a sword at the moment, so it means the enemy will attack me. Next we have a shield. So when the shield is here, it means they will use a defensive skill. When it's a swirl, it means that they will cast a buff on extra effect. And there's another symbols that you can find, like a tiny monster. You can find that on the bosses, so it means they're gonna summon some type of enemies, and a few more that they will add as the game go on. But at the moment there's not much. We have the sword, we have the shield, the swirl, we have that tiny monster. Some of the other basic terms you can find in this game that are very common is morale, fortitude and resolve. Morale will increase 20% of your damage, fortitude will reduce the damage you take by 20%, and resolve will increase the shield you gain. So if you have any card with fortitude, I think I have one. So as you guys can see here, resolve, gain 20% for each resolve stack, fortitude will be 20% per tenacity stack, okay? So if you have any skill with shield, for example, I have 196, at the moment this is giving me 196 shield. So if I use this one, I'll get stacks of fortitude, and now it's 216. So always use cards with fortitude whenever you wave them before casting your shields. This is the basic stuff you need to know while you when you start playing this game. I know at the beginning is a lot of information. This is my second video I'm doing about some basic terms. I did one before talking about the keywords. So I hope these videos can help you a lot to start playing KO0 Nightmare, or if you already started to understand more about this game. So if you have any questions, comment below or just join my Discord. You can find the link in the description and I can help you on whatever you need, answer your questions and all of that. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave your like, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you in the next one.